She said, what?
How could they do something like that?
Are you serious?
What a thirsty MF-er.
Not good. She's absolutely dead to me.
That's because she died.
I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton, and welcome to
Bad Behavior, a morally questionable podcast.
We're two unqualified friends,
Two unhinged comedians,
determined once and for all what is good
and what is bad. Hello and welcome to Bad Behavior. I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton.
It's the heat of summer. It's hot, it's sweaty, It's blistering here in Los Angeles.
It is so sexy outside, and by sexy, I mean miserable.
Sometimes, even though in the summer it can be miserable, it's also fun. It's flirty. It's giving. Anything could happen on these summer nights.
Okay, so I want to make sure I'm following. So misery equals sexy.
Sometimes,
Okay.
They always say this, pain is beauty. Misery is sexy is the kind of the new one.
Well, that's true when you think of Botox, facelifts, hair transplants.
No. Botox. I'm saying this. Botox is out. We're aging naturally.
Okay.
Join me, girls. I'm the only one doing it in Los Angeles. But Blair, it's...
I'm giving you a slow clap.
You guys, it's obviously 4th of July week.
Yeah.
I'm going to be eating a hot dog with lots of condiments on it. And I know, Blair, you're going to be eating a hot dog.
With chili soup on it.
With chili soup
I'm just going to have a runny hot dog with all this meaty sauce. And then maybe a watermelon to wash it down. And I'm getting drunk off some Trulies.
Oh, are you a Truly girl?
I've changed. If I'm going to... Because White Claw, someone described it as fruity TV static, which I'm like, yeah, I sign off on that.
Uh-huh.
Truly, I think is a little bit better if I had to choose between the two. But honestly, I do like a high noon.
I've been drinking kind of the hard Topo Chicos, actually. I've been kind of doing in the seltzer category.
Someone is really feeling zesty.
But because I am a guy's girl, I ultimately drink beer.
Sure. Because that's how it goes in a rom-com. You're like, I'm just one of the guys.
I'm just one of the guys. Now, if anyone knows anything, I'm definitely a girl's girl until the day I die, because...
You're even playing with Barbies as we're talking. And I'm like, can you please put them down? We're trying to do it.
Is that girl's girl thing?
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my mind. I think I had a heat stroke at the beginning of this.
He's like, you're wearing a skirt and you're baking a cake and making a sandwich for that man over there. Anyways, but it's 4th of July week, so we wanted to have a special little treat for you guys while we're kind of all on vacation this week. And that is that we have an amazing little sexy summer compilation episode for you today with some of our favorite stories from Bad Behavior that have all to do with they're all a little sexy.
It's more cautionary tale. Because if you think about it,
in a sexy way.
In a sexy way. But sometimes it doesn't go your way. So these are cautionary tales. If anything, today's episode is a PSA.
It's saying this. Let's have fun this summer. But let's also remember to use protection. And sometimes protection is protection of your own heart.
Exactly.
Based on these stories. Our first Bad Behavior story comes from comedian Rebecca Weiser. And I want to say this. It's a tale as old as time. But is it?
Okay, so this is about crushes and the things that we do and don't do.
I love that.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to relate to this.
Everyone got really nervous.
Yeah.
We're obsessed with crushes on this pod.
Okay.
So I can't wait.
So I did your guys' show, and I talked about how I had a really big crush on this boy from my high school who I would describe as like a male manic pixie dream girl, like really free spirit, really like woo woo boo boo boy.
I love a woo woo boo boo boy. Can you describe what makes a boo boo boy? Just for
woo woo, it's like, okay, huh? But boo boo is like, okay, he's actually really hot.
I'm going to start using
does that. Make sense?
I cannot wait to meet the man of my dreams, which I hope is woo woo boo boo.
I hope so much for you. Okay. So the summer before we left for college, there was this like sort of tension between us where he outed me as having a crush on him, but chose not to reciprocate those feelings. But at the end of the summer, like invited me to go like skinny dipping and dancing, which I like didn't know.
Which did you do first?
We went dancing and then we we went
Hot.
skinny dipping. But I was like, I'm not going to skinny dip because you rejected me 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm getting in fully clothed.
Yeah,
I'm
you
getting
don't get to see this body.
Fully clothed with a coat full of rocks. Yeah, so Cut to like 6 months later, it's winter break after freshman year of college, which is like 5 weeks long. This amazing thing happened where there was like this big snowstorm and I was having a sleepover at my friend's house. My friend Carrie's boyfriend came over and the boyfriend brought Woo Woo Boo Boo.
Oh my God.
To her house. And that night, like we hooked up, like we like made out.
And is this the first kiss between you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the first kiss
Now,
between us.
do you have a way of describing the kiss in the woo woo boo boo sense? Is there a word for that?
Oh, I would say it would be Rockarola off the Metropolitan G.
Wow.
Okay.
So something had started and I was like really, really, really excited because I still had feelings for him and I was still like really into him even though like things were weird. So we only have like a short amount of time together because he's going back to South America where he's taking a gap year.
Wow.
Where he's sort of just like traveling from like Peruvian village to Peruvian village with nothing but a backpack and white male charisma.
Did that turn you on more?
It was, it worked for me. I was like, why can't I do that? And there's a list of reasons. It's like, why can't I be like him?
Wait, really quick.
Yeah.
On the night of the kiss.
Yeah.
The smooch.
Snowstorm night.
Did he say anything? Like, did you guys bring up anything about the rejection? Or was it like, don't talk about, like, was he like, I'm now like, I can't believe I did that?
I don't think so. But I remember he like, it was like this moment where like everyone else was going to sleep. Like we were sitting like in my friend's basement, like on the couch and like I wasn't making a move. So like he kissed me. And like similarly to earlier in the summer where he was like, I can tell you had a crush on me. He was like, I can tell you wanted me to do that.
Wow.
I don't love that.
Very bold of woo woo boo boo.
Yeah, I don't love that either.
Did you at least say, you're wrong?
Yeah, I said, you're wrong. And then I like attacked it.
And then slowly unbuttoning your shirt.
You've never been more wrong. But okay, the moment of like questionably bad behavior comes like a few days later. We've like, we only have like a week or 2 weeks to really like hang out and like do whatever. Sorry, I'm PG-13.
That's fine.
And so I go out to dinner in Boston where I'm from, visiting a friend at her apartment. And I get a text from my boy being like, let's hang out tonight. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. So I go to dinner with my friend. I come out of the apartment and the car has been towed. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. Like my parents' car has been towed. Like that sucks, but I'm 18 and I do not have accountability for my actions. I don't remember how I get home, but I get home. I immediately take my parents' other car to the boys' house.
Okay.
So like while we're there, I'm there for like 6 hours. Like I get there at like midnight and I leave at like 6 a.m. And like while we're there, I think we're just like cuddling and like smooching and it's like romantic and stuff. It might be the last time we're seeing each other before he goes to be a white savior.
Okay.
But like just a few fun moments from that night. I think I gave him his first blowjob.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, guys, stop crying. It's okay.
I have tears in my eyes.
Were you like, I have a surprise for you?
And he sings while I suck his dick, just to sort of paint a picture.
Please tell me that's a joke.
No, it's not a joke. He's singing while I suck his dick. His first blowjob. He's like, yeah, it feels so good.
Oh, he's kind of doing improv singing.
Yeah, he's like scatting. He's scatting.
I don't love that.
He's doing a jazz standard.
And are you kind of like, thank God you're giving me a rhythm down here? Or are you like...
No, I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell is happening?
So he's singing.
I'm sort
Did
of
you hum along?
it. No, I don't think I had read the article from Vogue magazine that was like, if you hum, it feels amazing for their cock. I missed that one. I like had only just learned that you can use your mouth and your hands.
For me, can you just describe, like, compare him to a celebrity? Like, what did he look like?
Okay, not like this, but he kind of looked like a young, like, Matt Damon vibes.
Okay, very
hot.
Okay.
He was really good looking to me.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to be so good looking if you're going to be humming.
Yeah.
And
like,
getting away with
tall, like, really nice smile.
How was
like,
his voice?
shaggy brown hair. I mean, not like, it wasn't like opera. Like, it wasn't like
Okay, so he's humming.
We're going. I don't know if anyone finishes, but whatever.
That's all right.
It's a magical experience.
It's
yeah,
magical.
thank you. It you know what? It is all right. I can finally have closure. Anyway, I get home, I like go back to like my parents' house, and they're like, "What the fuck? Like, you've been out all night and our car is towed." And I'm like, "Yeah, but at least I got my rocks off."
Were they proud of you at least?
They were like, yes. They like pop champagne. They're like, yes, our daughter had a mediocre sexual experience. They're like, woo, let's get drunk. Yeah, so I guess that's the story.
That's the tale.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? Where's that towed car? What happened next with the towed car?
I don't really remember because I was like, this isn't important to me.
Yeah.
But
so it's actually still impounded.
It's still impounded. I think I had to go with my dad to like go get it out.
Yeah. And did you pay for it? Do you know?
I mean, I didn't have money, so
that's a
no.
Okay,
They paid for it.
I just want to get the details in case you
No,
were
it's
taking
true.
consequences for your actions.
I wasn't.
You got back at 6 a.m. and they knew.
Yeah, well, I remember I came home, I went to bed, and they were like, "Where's Rebecca been?" Like I could hear them like from their room being like, "Where is she?"
And you full on told them, or did you come up with an excuse?
No, I told them.
Like that you were
that I was like
singing into a microphone, so to speak.
so to speak. I was humming. I didn't tell them like details.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's fair.
But they did know that I was like at this boy's house. They knew that like we were seeing each other during this time.
I do have a follow-up question. Did you ever hear from this guy again?
Yeah. So like I don't remember. Maybe we hung out like one more time after that. But I was like, I was really down bad for him. And like, so he was going to like back to South America. My family and I were going on like a little winter vacay to Florida. And I remember when we were in Florida, I called him up. I called the boy like on my cell phone. Like I called him voice to voice. Okay. And I was like, I just wanted to say, I really like you and I really liked this time we had together and you're really special to me.
Oh, no.
And he was like, that's really nice. He was like, that was really nice. Thank you for that. And I was like, I just needed some closure. And he was like, that's cool. I thought we had closure, but you know what? You're right. This is closure. And then he wrote me letters.
What?
While he was traveling.
What were the letters?
It was like, I don't know.
Like, hey, friend.
It was like, no, he was like nice to me. He was like, you're great and I liked you and you like whatever and it was fun. But like, I think he never was like as into me as I was into him.
He's a wild spirit.
He's wild. He can't be tamed down.
Yeah.
And I was just like a horny little anxious girl.
Now, Blair, sometimes in love, there can be heartbreak.
Oh, don't I know it. I can't tell you how many times I've eaten an entire row of Oreos just crying over a guy, thinking, where did I go wrong? How could I have done this better?
Exactly. And I think this story is one of those stories because sometimes even our dearest friends can be our biggest enemies.
Preach. Preach, sister.
And so here's our second story from comedian Gabe Malika from our Bad Behavior Sexy Summer Edition.
I used to have a best friend and in college, and we would spend every night together, basically in a classroom, watching YouTube videos, talking shit. Not kissing, but like the straight equivalent.
Okay.
Like, what do you think two men do who are like intimate in a friendship way? We're doing that.
I was going to make a joke here, but it
Watching-
feels very dirty, and I don't know if we're there yet.
Oh, and we were sleeping with each other.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say J.O.'s.
Okay,
I'm clean.
keep going.
I'm clean.
And then we got a job. So he told me about what he did during the summer vacation, which is he worked at a summer camp for sick kids.
Okay.
Best job in the world. Met some amazing kids, and it's really important work. Feel like you're making a difference in the world. And when we're there, he introduces me. He has a girlfriend. His name is Tom. He has a girlfriend.
Okay.
And he introduces me to this woman at the bar who works at the camp. And he's like, "You're gonna love her. She did high school marching band." Which is like totally
I'm sorry.
my
Can I
type.
just pause really quick? Your best friend.
Yeah.
He says, "I have this girl, and you know why you're gonna love her? She does high school marching band."
Yeah, that's kind of my brand.
Okay. Oh, that's your brand. Okay. I just wanted to, okay.
Any particular instrument that gets you
Smart.
going?
Yeah.
Just like
The marching.
the fact that she would talk to me is a huge turn on.
Okay, great.
Okay. So you're at the bar.
I'm at the bar, and he's like, "You're gonna love her." And this woman Jackie is like, she's pre-med and she's a varsity athlete on scholarship, so she's like super accomplished, but she also like loves poetry and music and books and stuff like that. So we start talking. We have this amazing time, and I'm already having like the best time in the world at the summer camp, and that my best friend brought me to. So I'm kind of like entering his world a little bit. Okay. And as the summer goes on, like they're working together in a cabin, and I'm like in a different cabin. So they're spending a lot of time together. But at night, the three of us hang out. So basically, every night, me, my best friend, and my girlfriend. But they're spending time during the day together that I don't get to see.
Wait, she's your girlfriend.
She's my girlfriend.
Now.
Yeah, we get together. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
sorry.
okay.
She marched her way into his heart.
I'm sorry, we were just at the bar.
Yeah,
and just a little
sorry.
timeline. When do we go from bar to girlfriend? Like, when do we make that label official?
That's a great question. That takes like a couple weeks of like kind of like
Just two
kissing,
even.
hooking up. Yeah, but in summer camp world, you guys
know.
have worked at a summer camp?
No.
I went to
day.
church camp.
Okay. That,
So his timeline, I don't know if that'd be faster or slower.
It was 10 days, so you had to work quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
every day feels like a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're all up in each other's stuff.
And what age are we again?
We're 22. 23.
Okay. Gotcha.
Would you say you're feeling 22?
I don't know about you.
I don't know about you. Okay.
So during this time, Tom and his girlfriend break up, and I'm about to leave camp a little bit early to take my first job ever, which is in Scotland. And I don't spend a lot of time with Tom during his like grieving process because I'm like so excited about this relationship and I'm so nervous about having to leave it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like let him deal with that on his own. I'm kind of like not there for him as well as I could have been, as well as I would have been had I not met Jackie. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Had I not had Jackie in my life, I would have been a better friend to him.
Yeah.
But instead, I kind of ignore him. I get my first job after summer camp. So I graduate college, work at summer camp for the fall. I get a job in Scotland. I'm teaching.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep this like long distance relationship going. And it's very difficult. And it's not going well. And we make it somehow to Thanksgiving weekend. We break up. I'm really sad about it. And the reason I'm sad about it is because Tom and Jackie and a couple camp counselors, the plan all along was like, oh, they're going to come visit me at New Year's. So if we can make it to New Year's as a relationship as a team, we'll basically do the summer
And
camp.
how long have you been long distance at this point before the breakup?
This is like met each other in June, and now it's November.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
You
that
met each
window.
other in June, and then you went away to Scotland
In September-ish.
Oh, dang. That's not that long.
I know. So we break up. I'm sad about it. I'm like, oh, Jackie, you're still going to come for New Year's, right? And she's like, no, I'm not going to come.
Yeah.
So I'm devastated. Call Tom. Like, dude, I got broken up with. He's like, yeah, that stinks.
Okay, so you got broken up with.
I got broken up with.
Okay.
And then on top of that, and she doesn't want to come to Edinburgh for New Year's.
Can I ask
anymore.
one other question?
Please.
Okay. And you can also say pass. You don't have to answer.
Open book.
Did she give you a reason for the breakup? Was it just the long distance?
It was the long distance. Basically, it was the long distance. Like, this is not working. Like, I'm
Okay.
in school. I'm an
It
athlete.
just doesn't really make sense.
6 hours ahead.
And did it feel like there was any door open, like maybe right person, wrong time? Or is it just like...
There was a little bit of that. It was
Okay.
like, oh, this is just like a circumstance that we can't overcome.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
though like we're both like, we like each other.
Yeah. Okay.
So I call Tom and I'm like, you're still going to come for New Year's? Yes. He flies for New Year's with a couple counselors. We hang out all day until midnight. We go to the middle of town to like watch the ball drop or whatever those people do. And Tom and I, we work kind of best one-on-one. We're not like we kind of like work best one-on-one because we like to talk shit about the group, you know, those types of friends. The gym and the camera moment where you're like, oh, like these people.
Yeah.
So he's like, we're not getting that one-on-one time. Why don't we go to the casino? We go to the casino. We lose a bunch of money. We walk back to my apartment. And once we get back to my apartment, he's like, I just need to tell you something.
Oh, God.
I'm scared.
Jackie and I are together and we're not sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's how it happens. We have this kind of like heated conversation. We calm down. And before he leaves, I'm very proud of this. I gave him a hug.
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
Oh, I would not have done that.
And the next day I became a comedian.
We're back.
Thank you. And thank you for saying it in such an NPR way.
I know. I'm really leaning into my NPR. Now that I don't have COVID-19 voice anymore, I'm leaning into NPR voice.
Yeah, I think it works on you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think this story, while we just kind of dealt with, a love triangle.
I'm sorry, you're yelling right now. Can you get back into your NPR voice?
Sorry. In our previous story, we dealt with, a tricky love triangle.
Tricky as hell.
And you guys, this love triangle is going to get even trickier. I know you didn't think it was possible, but we have a story in which you're going to say, I don't know whose side I'm on. This is an incredible story from the hilarious comedian, Vincent Ward.
Or as we lovingly refer to him as, the sassy Vin.
Do we?
We have two women.
Okay.
Thank God.
We God.
have. I'm going to call woman number 1 Nicole Kidman.
Okay.
And woman number 2 Dua Lipa.
Okay.
And in between these two women, there's one male person. We're going to go ahead and call that male person Scum.
Oh, Scum. Not even a celebrity.
Not even a celebrity. Well, why would he, So, here we go.
Okay.
Nicole Kidman was up north with me doing some work over the summer. We were about to enter our first college apartment together ever. We just graduated high school. Oh my word, oh my lord.
Yeah.
Like, time for college.
Yes.
Okay.
We met this mutual friend who is just the loveliest person, and that's Dua Lipa. And she was so adamant, like, I found this place. I would love for you guys to be my roommates. It would be perfect. It would be a dream come true.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa and Nicole Kidman could share their room, and for the first time in my life, I'd have my own room. It was
Gorgeous.
like literally the dream set up. Nicole Kidman and Scum were talking all summer. They dated for like years. They broke it off being like, you're going to leave, and like, toxic relationship.
Yeah.
But by the end of the summer, they're like, we're still monogamous. I love you. I can't wait for you to come back to Florida and we can be back together.
Okay.
So we were literally like hopping in the car to drive back down to Florida. Mm-hmm. Nicole Kidman gets a text from Dua Lipa being like, hey, I'm so excited to live with you guys, but I have to come clean. Scum and I have been seeing each other for 3 months, and I think we're about to make it pretty serious. And I just wanted to let you know, because I do know that Scum is your ex, and I don't want it to cause any drama. And Nicole Kidman was literally like, oh my God, I'm dating Scum.
Still.
But was like, and obviously didn't immediately respond with that, was like, I need time to process.
Yeah,
I need time to process. This might be weird. And I think there was some, like, Dua Lipa was like, it's not super serious yet, but I just want to let you know that this is something that's been happening.
Yeah.
So if it does get serious by the time you get here, it's not horrible. Okay. We arrive. We get there. Nicole Kidman and Scum meet up when we arrive, and they interact in a way that is historical to what happens when people are together for long periods of time. If you know.
No, I need explicit explaining.
Explicit. Okay. Sean Cody, basically, except woman and male, right?
Okay. I love Sean Cody.
Well, you would have loved that then. Okay. You would have loved that. Anyways, so Dua Lipa, we arrive, and Dua Lipa sits us down one day and is like, hey, so it's gotten real. And I was wondering how you would feel about...
Wait, just circling back, just so I really understand.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman and Scum got to Florida and fucked.
Sean Cody, yeah.
Sean Cody. I don't know it.
Sean Cody is a great... I'll send you... I have some videos.
I actually have some saved, actually. I can
okay, so Nicole Kidman got to Florida and still was like, I'm going to still go for this man. It's definitely been cheating on me.
Instead of talking to the new roommate that we super didn't know yet, was like, I'm going to go right to Scum and be like, what's going on here? Yeah. And Scum was pretty much like, don't worry, babes. Don't worry.
And he's British.
I know, actually leaning Australian.
Australian.
But that's babes.
Babes.
So Scum was like, no worries. Like, sorry. Like, that was just an innocent talk. I can't believe it got that out of hand. And Nicole Kidman's like, yeah, great. She's won an Oscar, she's fine. She's whatever. Going places. So they were together. Everything's good. Thumbs up. We go into the apartment, not even a week of living together. They don't really talk about it because, messy.
Yeah, right.
Dua Lipa is like, oh, by the way, just so you know, it has gone serious. And Scum and I are like one-on-one monogamous. And I was wondering how you'd feel like if you could come over and I make sure there's no intersection. And Nicole Kidman was like, okay, we need to hold on let's chat about this later. So what ended up ensuing is like basically Dua Lipa and Nicole Kidman like wouldn't really talk to each other, being like, who's dating Scum? Nicole Kidman just got mad and was like, fuck you, Scum. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're a mess.
Yeah.
But that allowed Scum to be free enough to keep going to Dua Lipa. So Dua Lipa and Scum did start getting like real.
Serious.
And it got out of hand. And the whole time Nicole Kidman's knowing like, oh my God, we talked all summer. I fucked Scum.
Yeah.
And Dua Lipa has no idea. Nicole Kidman and Scum were famously dated for years, whatever. Then they just assumed, I guess Dua Lipa assumed that like when Nicole Kidman went up to Maine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whenever she went north.
When Nicole Kidman went north, that it was just like, that was the quits, and it's done. It's done. So they have this two information where like for some reason they won't confront each other and talk about it. And I live with them. And I'm getting to know Dua Lipa, and it's really great. But Dua Lipa would come to me and be like, why won't Nicole Kidman let Scum come over? Like, why? I really need Nicole Kidman to come through here. Would like cry to me, and I have to sit there knowing I have this knowledge of what Dua Lipa, of what Nicole Kidman and Scum did. And then Nicole Kidman would be like, what the hell? What do we do? Like, I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just going to keep the secret and stay out of it. And I was caught in the middle of these two narratives so intensely that I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I have to confront this. So I gave Nicole Kidman an ultimatum, an Australian ultimatum. And I was like, listen, you tell Dua Lipa the truth. We sit down, we have an organic conversation about it. We just be honest, put it all on the table. And ideally, we point our fingers at Scum, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Ideally, we point our fingers at Scum, and that in the conversation will kind of like be healthy moving forward by like this date, or I'm gonna tell Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
And who knows if I ever was gonna have the balls to do it? But I was like, Nicole, baby, I love you, and you love me, but we gotta get this shit done.
Yeah.
So Nicole Kidman was like, fuck you for making me do this, but okay. We sat down. We're like, we need to talk. We sat down. Had an organic conversation, and it went so poorly. Yeah. It went so poorly.
And it was everyone, all four people.
No Scum.
No Scum.
Scum was still not invited to the apartment.
Yeah, Scum was never, Scum couldn't even come to the apartment.
Yeah.
Scum, get the hell out, Scum.
Get
and
out.
like, I had my own preconceived feelings about Scum, but.
Were you ever interested in Scum yourself?
No. Nope, the movie, director Jordan Peele, 2022.
Can you compare him to a celebrity of what he looked like?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Who's that? Have you seen The Banshees of Inisherin?
I don't know what you just said.
I know what you're saying, but I worry I don't know.
He's a guy in that. I would say the guy in Queen's Gambit, the one who's like, I'm better at you than chess. And then like ends up like kind of falling
but kind
for
of
her.
British. Kind of giving him British.
British, like kind of a like
nerd.
Is
like
it the
defined nose.
Thomas Brody Sangster? Benny Watts? Is that who he plays?
It's the young. Yes. Oh my God.
He's Love Actually, that boy. Isn't he?
Oh, he is the one that did like the flips and stuff in Love Actually. Yeah.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
That is really great comparison.
Okay,
really,
so
really
the
great
conversation is not
I get it
going
now.
well.
Yeah.
The conversation's not going well in person.
Conversation's not going well. And like, emotions are so eruptive, and like, who are we to censor our emotions? And I guess Dua Lipa was like, I need to leave.
Yeah.
I need to go. Sobbing was like, fuck you, and fuck you then for keeping this from me, and Nicole Kidman, I don't even like your movies and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Stormed out. And basically what ended up happening was within the first semester of us living together, Dua Lipa moved out. Yeah. It was a really shitty situation. But
what happened with her and Scum?
they got.
Or can you not say? Is it
it's
good or bad? Is it good or did
that they are? It's not together anymore.
Okay.
But Dua Lipa is so fucking gorgeous. Is so happy, still in Florida, living a great life. Got a degree. We all have our own Scum. Lord knows I've had a few. Lord knows I've had a few.
Yeah.
What a journey we went on, Blair.
We went on 3 separate journeys. It was like a choose your own adventure.
In what part would the listeners have chosen?
Well, in theory, let me say it was a choose your own adventure because it was 3 different stories.
They could have fast forwarded one of those
exactly.
stories.
Fast forwarding is a big component. We don't recommend it, but it is an option. All right, you guys. Well, on that note, thank you so much for listening to our episode today, and we will be back next week, and you had better be here.
And that's our show. Thanks so much for listening today.
We absolutely hate to do this. We hate it.
But it would mean the world to us if you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts, rate and review.
Follow us at Bad Behavior NYC on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks again for listening.
And remember, whatever your moral status, we are always here to judge. Bye. Do you think that was good?